Folks, this special broadcast of AEAC wouldn't have been possible without the support of Airguns of Arizona, Airgun Depot, Pyramid Air, and JSB Predator International, and you know the best way to thank them. Right back as promised, and if I may, bullpup guy, this is something that caught my eye when it first came out. I'm an Air Arms customer. I own an S510. I actually own this Ultimate Sporter right over here, and if you've watched my video, that thing is a laser beam repeatedly at 100 yards. So when I saw this, it pricked my ears right away, and so I've asked Tyler to take us through it a little bit, let us know what his impression is, because I know you've spent a lot of time with it. And I will also tell you, I'm going to be asking Pyramid Air to send us one of these for review. This is the Carbine, correct? Right, and but this is a little bit outdated model. The new one has a moderator on the front, right?
It's a fixed Q-Tech moderator. It's kind of a improvised take on their normal Q-Tech, which is about 6.5 inches long. Okay. But right on the end of the barrel there, it's going to give you another 3 inches or so, but makes things very, very quiet. When we tested it, it was around, on the full-length rifle version, 90 dB or so. Okay, cool. So it was certainly backyard friendly, but the Galahad in general, obviously the first bullpup offering from Air Arms here. So you got a lot of features packed in. You got the kind of ingenious, in my opinion, cocking lever here, which actually goes forward.
Can I switch places with you so I can show the guys at home? So just forward, up, and shoot. Try that one more time. I got to get good at this. Very cool. All right.
So 10-round magazines, standard Air Arms mags here, fully adjustable 2-stage trigger. Just so you know, this can be swapped for the lefties out there. Okay. Can be swapped over to the other side. The U.S. spec models do have the power adjuster, but instead of having the free position adjuster where you can put it anywhere you want, you actually have a 5-position detent in there. So it'll give you 5 picks.
Click, 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 click. Exactly. Awesome. So is this not a U.S. model that I'm holding here?
This one is actually a UK spec model. I believe it's the unregulated version, but all the stuff we're carrying here in the U.S. is regulated.
Amen. You hear that, guys? We get a regulator with it, too.
250 bar fill. You're going to get about probably 35, 40 good shots off the reg on high power, if I had to guess.
All right.
You'll have to tell me, because I haven't gotten to play around with the Carbine
I promise to give you a full report.
Yeah, the full-length rifle's doing about 50 to 55 good shots. Small little features that they nailed, I think. The butt pad here, actually not only adjustable up and down, but left and right as well.
Very cool.
Which is something I haven't seen on too many, synthetic, normal rubber butt pad guns.
And I'd like to run with that ball a little bit, because oftentimes these risers or these cheek pieces, they feel like just that cheap plastic. This is not. This is rubberized, and it's very comfortable up against the cheeks. So that's a nice touch. Magazine looks familiar, right out of Air Arms.
Standard S510 magazine, and you'll also notice little features like the bubble level added there. And when you shoulder that, you can actually just, I call it co-witnessing. I don't know if it's the right word. Yeah. You can see that bubble level, keeps your shots, from getting canted and flying off a little bit. So really nice bit of addition there. And the U.S. models are also going to have, instead of the 11mm dovetail, the Weaver Picatinny style.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Feels like an Air Arms, man. Good quality, feels substantial, nice fit and finish. I'm excited to get one.
Yeah, we're excited to have you get one.
Awesome. Thanks again, buddy.
No problem.
Tyler Patner, Pyramid Air Insider. Last stop in the Air Venturi booth, guys. As PCPs grow in popularity and us airgun enthusiasts collect more and more of them, it becomes more and more important to be able to take your refilling needs into your own hands. So I saw this right away, and it's definitely caught my eye. So what the heck's going on here, man?
Sure. So standalone Air Venturi 4500 PSI compressor. Say 4500 PSI, but it's actually adjustable. So the gauge here, you can actually adjust the output anywhere you want. So if you have a Discovery, 2000 PSI, you want to fill the gun direct, go for it. Okay. Or if you want to fill your carbon fiber bottles with 4500, set it to 45. It stops automatically when it reaches that pressure. Okay,
so it's flexible. We can set it to fill the gun, or we can set it to fill our SCBA tank, our bottle.
Exactly. Or
cool.
a even a scuba tank if you want to, 3,000 PSI. It'll go anywhere in between and shut off automatically when it reaches that pressure.
That sounds really good.
It is. So it is water cooled. You fill it with water, you fill it with oil, you are good to go.
Can we turn it around? Is it heavy?
It's about 58 pounds. I mean, you look at pretty...
Together, I think we can do it. I just want them to be able to see.
For sure. So you can
do it one more time.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yep.
So water cooled.
Water cooled, 110 volt out, you know, whatever.
Yeah, it plugs into the wall.
Well, yeah, plugs into your regular wall. You don't need a converter or anything, so you're good to go.
All right.
Obviously has a bleed valve right down here. The oil.
We have to turn it around again.
Man, I don't want to do that.
I'll take some B-roll and put it up in the corner for you guys so you can see the bleed valve.
Yeah, but everything about this unit, we've tested this. We have tested pretty much every of the more affordable compressors that are out there right now. We have tested pretty much everything that is currently available on the market.
Okay.
This is not made in the same factory as any other unit that is out there right now.
All right.
So to clear that up for everyone, because I know everyone's sitting here thinking, you know, oh, this looks like the one that so-and-so carries, or I can get it on Amazon for this. This unit is something we have worked directly with a manufacturer overseas with, in China, of course, but to keep the price low, you kind of have to do it.
Yeah.
But everything goes through our own QC processes when they get to us here in the States. So they test them at the factory, we run them when they get here, and quite frankly, the output that this thing is capable of has been really impressive. Most of the other units are, like the shoebox or some of those other units are pretty standard at, you know, 4 to 8 hour run times, right?
Okay.
This will fill an 88 cubic foot tank to 4,500 PSI from empty in an hour.
Okay, so it's got a powerful compressor on it.
Right. It will do a gun in 5 minutes. It will do the 90 cubic inch bottles in 15.
Okay, so what does that mean to you guys? We don't have to run to the scuba store. We don't got to run down to the fire department. We don't got to find a paintball field. We're doing this right in our living room on our timetable, not having to wait for someone else to fill our air guns so that we can go playing or hunting or whatever.
Exactly, and it is relatively quiet as well, so we could be having a conversation right now. This would be running, you'd hear it, but we could still have a conversation.
What's it sound like?
Whirr.
Like a wash machine?
Kind of, yeah.
An angry wash machine.
An upset washing machine, yeah. We'll go with that.
All right, now I got to ask Tyler a question, and I'm sure everyone at home who's watching this is thinking it right about now. If I buy one of these from Pyramid Air, and it needs some love, what do I do for parts, service, you know, that support, that kind of thing?
Yes, so we are going to be servicing them in-house as well, but they do actually come with a fair number of parts, so they are serviceable by the end user if you're not comfortable with it.
That's a good thing. I think most of us air gunners want to do it ourselves.
We're tinkerers, right?
Right.
But, you know, I think some people have a tendency to maybe go a little bit too far, which ends up hurting in the long run. But yeah, we certainly are going to be able to service these in-house if you do need it.
Very good. So I'm guessing it's a compressor, right? So the occasional oil change, the occasional coolant change,
Good call. Okay,
and that's all there is to it, right?
Actually, the water is not so important to change all that often because it's water. It's not going anywhere. It's recycled through the unit.
Yeah.
So you're not losing it. But oil changes, the first oil change you're going to want to do after 30 hours of use.
Okay.
Every subsequent 50 hours after that, you change the oil. And there is a bleed screw on it. Or it's over here, actually. But there is a bleed screw right under the little gauge meter thing, so you can keep an eye on it and then just bleed it. You know, get rid of all your existing oil, refill. And then there's a moisture filter over here on the output side.
Good one. Glad you reminded me of that.
No doubt. There's an intake filter and then an output filter as well. And that's going to catch everything, pretty much any liquid or oil that might be coming through. But 50 hours, switch those out. There will be an extra one that comes with it.
Cool.
But we'll have those available.
That's going to be a next question. So you guys, you can get them from Pyramid Air.
Yep, and burst discs, if anything happens, you know, we do have extras of those. O-rings, you know, pretty much every seal we have them.
So burst disc. If you've never played with a compressor before, guys, what a burst disc is if something fails in the compressor and it begins to overcharge either your gun or your bottle or whatever, I'm guessing the burst disc, if this is a 4,500 PSI compressor, is probably set for around 46, 47, 48, something like that.
So it's actually set at 6K.
Okay,
now,
interesting.
Most burst discs aren't that accurate. You know, it's going to be it's going to be between a certain range.
It's like a little piece of metal, looks like a dime or a nickel, and it just goes boom instead of the compressor going boom.
Right. And there is a screw there, so they're easily replaceable if it happens. But the only way that's going to happen is if you're for some reason your auto shutoff is
Sure.
problematic, or if you set the compressor too high, which obviously if you're doing that, it's not covered under warranty, but
Yeah.
it's going to 45 for some reason. If this fails, it's a fail-safe basically at the end of the day,
Yep.
so that nothing you're filling gets overfilled too much. Obviously, while it does have the auto shutoff, you're never going to want to walk away or leave it alone. It's just unsafe regardless of what you're filling. It's not something smart to do.
Yeah.
But other than that, yeah, I mean, this has, you know, all of the hallmarks of being a very, very user-friendly at-home unit.
So bottom line, guys, you don't have to be afraid of the technology. It's easy to use, it's easy to maintain, and it's going to really change your end user experience. I know I've got a couple of these at home, and it really does for me as well. Hour meter? There's like a thermometer or something?
So the thermometer is just to measure the general temperature of the compressor, what's going on inside.
It's a nice
the motor
touch.
there. Yeah, it reads in Celsius though, so us Americans will probably have a little bit of difficulty, but they seem to be operating the couple that we've gotten in thus far between 65 and 75 degrees Celsius at their peak. So.
Okay, cool. And putting my hands on it, guys, it feels robust. It's not plastic. This is a metal of some kind. I'm guessing aluminum, and this is a tubular steel or aluminum in here, and it looks painted or powder coated or something super tough. Powder coated. Looks like it's definitely built to last.
Yeah.
Cool. What am I forgetting?
$1299.99 price point for retail.
And now it's pretty heavy, right?
58 pounds.
So there's going to be some shipping.
Free shipping.
Really?
Well, it's any order over 150. Yeah.
So $1,300 to your door.
Pretty much.
Gotta love it. One last time, Tyler Patner, Pyramid Air Insider. Thanks for spending your time with us, brother. Appreciate you. Yep.